Hello, beautiful people. How you doing? Welcome back to the Love Lasting Pod. And if you're here for the first time, welcome back. For the first time, I go by the name Ayo. And I'm here with my beautiful wife.
Here I am.
Say your name. You didn't say your name.
No, because you have to tell them who the beauty is.
Okay. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Ayope.
That's me. Hi guys. Lovely to see you again.
Okay. Welcome back. So, as usual, we bring it. Okay, we're real. You know how we do. And we have some really, really amazing people. Okay, but before we introduce our guests, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like, make sure you share with a friend, because you will be blessed. Okay, so for your own good, share, like, subscribe. Okay, because this channel, this video, this pod will bless you.
Yep. And like Ayo said, today is no different. We're coming so special. So special. Today we have this couple, yeah. If you're not if your cheeks are not hurting from laughter by the end of this, then you are the one with the problem. That's all I've got to say. Because these guys, like, they bring it real. They bring it honest, but they also bring it with a bit of fun. And if you know me and Ayo, that is exactly how we are as well. I'd like to introduce you guys to the beautiful Tara and Clement Malumba.
Yeah.
In the house. In the
Yes,
Come on now. How are you guys doing?
Good.
I am good. We're good. We're happy to be here. We're very grateful to be here.
Yeah.
And we're going to have lots of fun.
We are actually going to have fun today.
Yes.
We're going to have fun on this one. We're going to have fun. So, firstly, we just want to say thank you, okay? Because I know that you have actually made a very huge sacrifice. To be here, and I'm glad that you came. Okay, thank you for honoring our invite, and looking forward to everything that today has to unfold, because it's about to get good. It's about to get good.
I think we should start with an icebreaker.
Yes.
Not to put you guys. Not to put you guys on the spot. Yes, not to put you guys on the spot. I think it'll be tougher for Tara. So basically, we're just gonna have this game. It's the ABC game, but basically you're gonna gas up Clement, like say lovely things about him with the letters of his name, and he's beginning with Clement. That's why I said you got it more difficult.
So start thinking.
How many letters?
And then Clement has to do Tara.
Tara is easy. So Tara is 4.
He's 4.
But Tara, what's the longer version of your name?
Clem? I call him Clem. Let me
Clem. Okay, maybe we can allow
you. Clem?
Yeah.
She can call me Clem. She can call me anything.
I call you Clem, innit?
She does. She never calls me Clement.
Okay. All right, Clem. Okay, all right. So we'll do that.
But what else do you call him, though?
Pippy, that's the business.
I say
Babe.
Or, what was it? Let me pronounce
How
this
can you
right.
ask me, what is it, what you call me?
I'm going to say it wrong. Monroy.
What does that mean? Monroy?
That means my king.
Wait, is that French?
No, don't hark, because she didn't say it right. Don't say
how do you say it then?
No, don't say hark. Even the way saying why your mouth is moving in a certain direction is Monroy.
Monora. But it's spelled M-O-N and then space R-O-I.
What does that mean? My king.
Yes.
In what language?
French.
Oh.
Monora.
I love that.
I do, yeah.
And I was literally saying to my wife
You want
the
to
other
call me
day,
my king?
I was saying that, why are you not calling me your king?
She's no. He said I should call him daddy.
Oh.
Hey.
I got daddy.
Do we need to leave the room?
Hey.
I think
nothing sexual about it.
but isn't that sex? If I'm saying my
Yeah,
daddy.
that is like another.
And I said, okay, my lord.
Yeah.
My king.
Then he now said Abraham.
I was
Sarah.
about to say that.
That's right.
I was just about to say that, you know.
Sarah called Abraham my lord. So why can't you call
I'll
me
call
your
her my
lord?
chérie.
Okay.
That's my darling.
My darling.
I like that.
It's not as sweet in Yoruba. That's the thing.
How do you say it?
Don't say that. Don't
African
let your
language
people come
sometimes.
for you. Don't let your people come for you.
African language, sometimes it sounds like you're having a war, innit?
Oh my God.
This time you're just asking for a
Why
cup
the
of tea.
war?
You know that, innit?
Surely 4 minute tea, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like
It's always
Calm
yeah. Sometimes I feel you. Okay, let's go back to
You see, guys.
Let's go back to what we're supposed to do. So, do you want to start with Tara? You know, use it as something to describe her with Tara, and then Tara will do clem. Yeah.
Give it to me.
T.
Don't overthink it, bruv. Don't overthink it.
Shall I start?
You can start.
So you can think.
Okay.
Shall I do it?
Go on.
Yeah,
Man.
go on.
C, because you're so clever and caring. L, because you're so loving. E, these enormous arms mesmerize me.
Come on now.
Hey.
Anyways.
Love it.
M. We're waiting.
Mesmerize.
Oh!
These enormous arms mesmerize me.
Come on.
We
didn't even click. We didn't even clock that you did both of them together.
No,
nice
it was so
one.
smooth.
It was so smooth.
Me, I was thinking T for tango. I was thinking that, but we're gonna have to.
Don't do that.
We're gonna have to.
You're gonna spice
Is
it up a
this,
bit, please.
Is he gonna do Tango Alpha, Romeo Alpha?
T. Okay. T for tastely, because her lips are very tasteful.
I feel like we should be out of the room.
I don't know that.
A for
Even
apple,
I'm
because
blushing.
she's the apple of my eye. And R for romance, because the way she romanced me now is, just next level.
Next level. Come on now.
And A, because she's an angel.
I like that
Count.
one.
Well done, guys. Well
I like
done.
that
Nice. I
Love
love
it,
it.
love
I
it.
Did you
love
not
it.
hear the Barry White voice?
Oh,
Listen, don't let me talk about that Barry White
The
voice.
first,
Oh, is that something he does regularly?
There's
yeah?
first the Congolese.
That's a whole nother story for another day.
Is it?
Barry White. I'll get into that one later on.
She's gonna talk about. I know why she's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
Okay.
good?
I shouldn't have said that, but okay. Now I know she's gonna get it.
Good. So, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
yeah.
So, you want to start?
I think the first thing I have to ask is, how do you guys keep it so fun? Because I feel like you guys are most times always laughing with each other. It might not be hee ha ha, but you're always like, the vibe I get from you guys is very much happy, laughter, fun. How do you maintain that? Because I know life is not all happy, laughter, and fun.
It's not
It's not. I think that's more my husband. I'm more like
serious.
Everything is serious, and he's kind of brought that out of me, that fun side of me, because he's always cracking jokes. I never used to like the jokes before. I used to be like, not everyday joke. Come on, let's be serious. But I think that's what kind of balances
Your relationship.
us. Yeah, balances the relationship.
Right.
And so I've kind of I learned how to embrace it over the years as well. And I enjoy it now. He makes me laugh, and I think that adds to one of the many reasons why I love him. So I think sometimes it's good to just let your hair down and be yourself. And he's taught me that as well. Just be yourself. Just be
Babe, I
relaxed.
don't have hair to let down. Don't say that.
You know what?
Don't say that. You have to be fair. What you're saying is so relaxed.
You see what I'm saying? Exhibit
Yeah.
A.
Exhibit A,
yeah,
case
yeah.
in
I don't
point.
have hair to let down. No.
I love it.
Yeah, that's you, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But for me, it's because where I come from. I was born in Congo, and we had a wonderful country. The country was so nice, and then suddenly it just flipped. Literally from green grass to brown color looking. It's almost like a head and tail.
Yeah.
The war just began. It just changed everything completely, and I witnessed that when I was 8, 9.
You still have memories of that?
100%.
Wow.
And 9 and 10, and this was like early 90s, like 91, 92, 93. I came to this country when I was 10, so 93. But I went through a lot. I witnessed a lot of people getting killed and shot, and kids getting raped, and it was really bad when I was back there. We escaped. My dad sent for us, of course, because he was stuck in Europe, because we deal with diamond mine. So he was stuck in Europe. So the money that he made, because he was making, he was working with Rolex and Jacob the jeweler. So the money that he made, he used that money to get us up here. But people will bump you and stuff like that. But he managed to get the last penny to just get all of us here. But he got us individually. So I took the train. Look at me. the plane by myself. But before that, I went to a refugee camp. So there was lots of fighting.
But by yourself, even at that age?
There was lots of fighting. This is in Belgium, so I was fighting a lot of different people all the time, like different kids that seen wars. There was a lot of things I saw, but I don't want to go into it. That's too much. And then met up with my dad to live in Hackney in the 90s. Oh my days!
Oh my days!
Like I came from a war to the hood. It was literally the hood. Like, it was different.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like saying pain is pain. Just because you've been shot doesn't mean someone that's been stabbed, you can't. It's pain is pain. You know, everyone's going through different. So that was like another different way of adapting. And so I've just learned over time to embrace life. You know, I've been pulled a gun 3 times in my face. So stuff like that to go through in different time of my life. I've seen the hands of God in my life literally taking me out. I've come in encounter with death. And God, I've seen God save me before I was born again. You know, and the time when I decided to actually embrace this walk with God through my wife, when I met my wife, I've had to learn, you know, from that moment I've embraced just be grateful, you know, be grateful because I'm not even supposed to be here. Let me be honest with you, but I'm here. You know, my father didn't need to bring me because I'm the only one from my mum and dad, but he brought me here. You know, so little stuff like that. You know, you're just grateful that you're here. You know, having fun with people. Get to enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about being in the middle of a classroom doing your GCSEs and there's gunshots. You have to duck the table. And then when that finished, by the way, we go back to normal. Put the table. Everyone's carrying on studying. You know, because he's been paid for. You know, so you don't have to worry about a lot of things. So I've learned how to embrace life. And I told my wife, because she asked me the same thing, how come you're always bubbling? I said to her, if I look at the mountain, what I've gone through, or if I witness it, mental health, I'll collapse. So I don't look at it. I don't look at it. I'm aware it's there. I don't look at it. I just keep moving. So I've learned over the time how to embrace moments, but plan for the future still. So when I'm serious, I'm very serious. That's why I joke, because I'm very too serious. So I've had to learn how to balance
that.
And being in Europe, I'm not gonna lie, it helped me balance it because European people are a bit more free. They express. So I've learned how to express. And then being with my wife, that is just soft-hearted and gentle. It's forced me to be soft and gentle. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You went deep.
You went deep.
Like very.
I never expected that question, so that's the reason why.
And that actually makes sense.
Perspective, actually, because your eyes must have seen a lot, but you're making the conscious decision not to let that hold you back, and you still enjoy life as it is now. And I like the fact that you said something about your dad not having to bring you, but he did. So you still found gratefulness in that moment, gratitude in that moment, which is, it's big.
Yeah.
So let me now come back to so you saw all of that, and from your story, it was when you met Tara that you became born again, right? So at the time you met Tara, so Tara, what were your thoughts, your initial thoughts about Clement?
Well, when I met him.
When you just initially met him.
When I first met him, by the way, he stalked me, right? Because I used to see him
didn't stalk you on Instagram because there was no Instagram
there was no
then.
Instagram. Well, there was Facebook, but, you know, it wasn't really.
I don't do social media.
I don't think you was on Facebook around then.
100%
you weren't on Facebook,
not.
no. So, I just
he
remember
was a
this.
real stalker then.
Oh my
So he was
God,
physically stalking you.
Literally, because you know what? One time he drove past me, and I just saw this tinted window go down, and I was already scared. I was like, and then he shouted at the window as he was driving by. He was like, "Oh, your sister's called," you know, and he said my sister's name. And I was thinking, how does he know that? And then he kept on driving. And then I think the second time I saw you, I've seen him before anyway, but this is more nearest to the time where he now approached me. So
so at this time you had not met
proper, yeah. No.
Okay.
By the way, that's our version.
Oh my God, version. Wow. So yeah, the actual time that he approached me, he followed me. So he was following me. Am I not telling the truth? I don't understand. Did you not follow me?
Everyone has a microphone.
Everyone else.
Listen.
Yeah? I'm not going to be the sacrificial lamb today.
Listen, you followed me to my door, right? Am I going?
Yes,
am I
I
doing
did.
well?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. Yes,
So
I
he
did.
followed me to my door, and then he was like, "Oh, hi, da da da." I was already feeling a bit like, "Who's this?" You know. And plus, oh yeah, my electric went off, so I was on the way to the shop with my daughter, and I had my headscarf on, so that's why I was trying to get away. I was thinking, I don't even look good. Trying to duck, you know. You're trying to. You don't see anyone when you're looking good, you know.
Never.
You
She
do
looked
not
good.
see anyone
lying
when
to
you're
you. She
all
looked
put
good.
together.
But she
No,
looked good,
I had
yeah.
a headscarf on, and I, you know, when you're in your house clothes,
Close, close, yeah.
and that's when
Okay.
I'm like, thank
That's
you,
when
Lord,
your future came.
thank you. Is this how you do it? Yeah.
Like,
And yeah, so he approached me then, and he was with his friend, and both of them had beards, and just these two black guys with beards and hench. I was just like, what is going on? I need to get the heck out of
Yeah.
here. So that was my initial thought.
Mm.
But then when he came out and he started speaking, there was just a peace.
Wow.
But then as we got talking, I remember asking him the question, "Oh, are you born again?" And he was like, "No."
I don't know what that was.
I was already gonna just lock the whole thing off.
okay.
Wow.
Good. Okay.
And then I heard the Holy Spirit, because I was still a new-ish born again believer back then,
Yeah.
but I had already built a relationship with Christ. So I knew how God spoke to me, and I remember hearing this still small voice. It just said, "Wait." So I was literally gonna lock it off. He was, no.
So you're gonna cancel him?
Yeah, I was just gonna
okay.
cancel.
Cancel culture started.
And I
How
just
long
heard,
ago was this, by
"Wait."
the way?
Oh, you know the dates. How long ago was
this
this
is
one?
this is 2011.
2011. So that's 12 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2010 is 11.
Totally knows
Kind
the
of
Yeah,
to
he
that.
does.
10, 11.
Yeah.
And then how long have you guys been married now?
10 years.
10 years. Okay. So this was okay. Good. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
Yeah.
see when everything was happening and
Yeah.
how
That's our
things
version.
evolved from
Remember
there.
that, guys? That's
Right.
our version.
I don't understand what's going on.
Speak your version.
So yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's I heard wait, and yeah, we just started speaking. But then I did have this thing at the back of my mind. I don't want to get too emotionally attached
Okay.
because of that area. And he used to
Right.
drop me to church and literally go like he would go to a house party, he would go off. So I was a bit confused around that time. I was like,
Because you've heard wait, but
Yeah.
you're not seeing.
and what's going on?
What's
Like,
going
you know. But you know, the Holy Spirit said to me, he's still a soul at the end of the day. Still pray for him. I didn't want it to become an idol, such as, oh, he's my husband, this is my husband type of thing. But I did pray. I liked him. I was interested. Please.
Are you just learning?
This her
this?
version
No.
now.
No. He
Nah.
likes to do Puff Daddy in the background. That's why.
Now you're calling your
At
husband
least-
on
at
national
least you
TV.
can open up that
backup
she likes
dancer.
you.
Backup
She's now calling
dancer.
her husband backup
Bro,
dancer.
at least she opened up that she liked it. Some
Yes.
people,
She likes you.
after
I liked
10 years
him.
of
I'm taking her
marriage,
number.
they are
I'm
still
taking her
saying
number
that-
tonight.
They are
Don't
still
worry.
saying that they did not like them. Some wives are still
Please,
telling their
by
husbands that they did not like them.
I
We need
like
to
you
pray for them
now.
right now. Right
Oh,
now.
is he doing indirect? Oh
you
God.
didn't realize.
Oh,
Go on, yeah.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
God.
So,
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, because it's very long. Long story short, so yeah, one day he kept on dropping me to a church, going off, and then one day he's like, oh, you know what? I'll come to the Saturday one, because I was going to a Saturday event at church.
Singles event.
It was a singles event actually, and he was like, I'll come with you. I think he was curious to like, why is she so into church like this? And the thing is, I didn't want to step out of position, because you know some ladies, they're like, oh, let me follow him where he's going.
Yeah.
I didn't want to compromise. I think
that.
that was my thing. I was so in, like, I'm still into God, but I was like, you know, when you're radical
Right, yeah.
and you're on fire. So for me, I was thinking, listen, God, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, then it's not. So he decided to come on this Saturday. So he came anyway. After that, he was like, you know what? I like it, you know. He goes, this is actually all right. He goes, I'm going to come tomorrow, which is a Sunday. So I was like, okay. He came. I was in the choir back then. I used to lead worship. And yeah, Bishop did an altar call. He's walking down the aisle. So I was like, and all my friends were like this on the altar, like, because they already saw me with him a couple of times to know, okay, we know that you're kind of seeing this person, whatever.
No, you told them I'm a brother in
And
Christ.
then, but he was my brother in Christ now, innit?
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
what you thought.
So then they were all getting excited, but deep down inside, I was thinking, let me not get too excited. I want to see some fruits on the tree.
Wow.
Right?
You really put him through it, didn't you, Tara?
No comment.
No, because you know what? I've been through so many things. I just thought, you know what? I don't want to get my heart broken again. Yeah, the things I went through before that with my child's father, and then after that with someone else, and I just got to the point where I was like, I want to do this properly. Lord. I want to go fully in. You know, I want to change the trajectory of my life.
Yes.
So yeah, and we went Bible school. We continued to grow. We continued to see each other, and eventually got ordained as a pastor.
Wow.
So I was like, yep.
So
I must have heard right.
Any pressure on him? I can't see that you put any pressure on him and said, for you to be with me, you must do this. No. So it came from you. So
yes,
it actually kept. That's amazing.
Okay, your version then.
I like
so that transition happened in the period of what, 1 year?
The dates?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 year.
Okay.
I like your version. It was okay. So I met my wife when she was 17.
Right.
Wow.
It's the first time I saw her. The celebrities called Kano and Dizzy Rascal. So they had so they have like a crew, right? And my friend Napa is gonna watch this. Napa he was part of the crew, and my wife used to do street dance. That's right. This pastor used to do street dance.
Okay. Now the story gets interesting.
Okay.
She used to pop.
She's a pop.
Pop.
So that's right. She thought she was the leader at one stage. Anyways,
God.
so I met her there, and I remember it like it was yesterday because I walked past. I think I went down Dalston, and I said to my friend, "Who's that?" And he was being a bit overprotective. He was like, don't worry. I'm like, bro, who's that though? Who's that girl? Are you 17? You look like you're ready. Like you're 23, you're already on point. Everything's already done. What's going on there? And he said,
done?
she's 17. I said, swear down. And I think I was 21. Yeah, because we're 4 years gap from each other. Yeah, so I was 21. By that time, I knew I'm not
serious.
One, she's too young. Everything is young, and I'm where I am. The world is a bit crazy for you.
Yeah.
So I left it as that.
Were you a gangster, Clem?
I was not a gangster. I just lived among gangsters. but obviously living in Hackney is like a whole nother world. Honestly, it's a whole nother world back then. Well, now it's a whole nother world. But I knew that at that time as well. Come on. But I said, I believed she was going to be my wife. But just at that moment,
wasn't ready.
But I left it. And
right.
I left it. But she was actually his friend. But he was just, she was his friend. Don't upset him. She was his friend. Nothing happened. She was his friend.
Yeah.
And so that was that. And I saw her a couple of years after. And I was working at this youth club, sitting down, and then she came into the office. She didn't even realize she was in the office. And I was like, this is like 3-4 years later, I'm like, I've seen this girl. I was trying to figure out, where have I seen her? I think I've seen this girl. But she was actually in my office, like right next to me, but she couldn't remember who I was. So I was like, okay, I left it. And my friend was like, she keeps staring at you. I was like, come on, man, what do you expect?
Oh my God.
I'm winding her up. But no, my friend was like, she keeps staring at you though. I said, maybe she's remember where she's seen me from. But I couldn't put where have I seen her from.
Yeah.
Only when she left, I was like, oh, I'll remember her. But what it is, her sister, my wife's sister, is close with my one of my close friends. That's one of my good friend, they were close together. At the time, she was my first best female friend. Obviously my wife's my female friend now, best friend, but she was my close homies like that. She's still my homie properly anyway. So she's like good friend. So I was like, so I asked her, how do you know? And she was, that's her sister. I was like, oh, okay. So that was that. So I knew that, okay, so I might bump into her again. So 2 years later, while I'm out driving, I'm seeing this girl pushing a
buggy.
A buggy.
Buggy. Wow. Okay.
So he's thinking,
So was that where you were in the tinted car now and then you wound up?
That's right.
Okay.
I was
okay.
like, what is going on
No,
here?
that was
No, I'm talking about other times when
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
you,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
high road,
Right.
and I'll just lower it down and I'll say hello. By the time she's talking about it in the car, that's the time when I approached her properly.
Okay.
yeah.
So you had been saying hello.
Now, I saw her and I said
Yeah.
hello. That
Yeah.
was that. Now, I didn't see her for a while. Then I bumped into her again. This time, I think was coming back from the gym, and my friend said, "Turn this left, turn right. We're going to shortcut," and we managed to bump into her. And it was like, "Oh, Clem, this girl, this girl, and this." Basically, she just moved in that area. And goes, "Everyone's trying it. This girl, she doesn't talk to nobody."
Wow.
Wow.
Nobody at all. Everyone's trying in this area. No one gets through to her. She's Tosh goes, "Come on, you have to break the code. Come on, Clem." And I was like,
Not
"What
cold.
girl?"
Am I safe?
You know, guys, how it is. Guys, it's all about code. So I'm thinking, what girl was this you guys talking about? And then
Lo and behold,
it was her. The light went, da-da, you know.
Not
So
the
drove through, but she had a gate, like an iron gate. But I didn't realize she was pressing it because she had a remote control.
I was
So
like,
she's pressing it quick.
Open.
And she's trying to walk fast, and then we're coming through, and she said all I saw was a black tinted Range Rover, big Jeep coming through, and stopped.
That's the part where he
And
stalked me. That bit.
And then obviously I have to come
Is
through.
that
the,
stalking though?
yeah.
So I came through the gate and I stopped.
So
I
at
came
this point,
outside.
at least you knew who he was. You
Yeah.
knew.
No,
that,
when I
okay.
put the
His
window
face
down,
around.
she knew. She was like,
Kind of relaxed.
and then I approached her and I said, "Oh, how are you? Blah blah blah. I've seen you. Remember?" She goes, "Yeah, like, I've seen your face around." And then from then I asked her for a number, and she gave her a number. And then I spoke to her. I was patient because I knew she was my wife. So everything was like I was relaxed now.
So at this time, again, I want to. So at this time, you knew she was your wife, but you were not born again.
No.
And
Right.
how did you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, baby. How
Yeah.
did you know?
How did I know?
That's
You-
a good
a
question.
man knows when a man knows. You can't explain it because it's the action that will show that the man knows because you don't take long. You don't
Wow.
take long. You don't wait for anything. What you're doing now, if you don't have a job, you start applying for a job quickly. Or you start doing things to better yourself quickly to get into that time of walking to the altar. You can't walk into the altar with empty pockets now, or you don't have no vision or nothing. But I'm a man of vision, so that wasn't a problem for me. So I knew that she was my wife. So I was thinking, okay, how am I gonna? So I start making things happen already. Like for example, any female friends that attach me, and I know that you might have little liking in me, I have to start dropping you off. There's certain things you have to start doing
Yes.
before. So even when we give
That's true.
advice to the singles, we always tell them, practice these things before your spouse comes. Because when your spouse comes, you don't want it to look like, oh, because she's come, that's why. So what happened? They start to
that's
dislike the
true.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's not the girl.
It's not the girl. Yeah.
The girl can see that the girl likes you.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And you realize sometimes when the opposite sex like you, because when your girl comes around, when now they know that you have a girl, one,
It starts
and they
getting
can
funny.
see how much you actually into the girl.
Yeah.
They
You
start
actually
to get
like
a bit
her.
like,
Yeah.
Oh.
that's when you realize. So
this-
there's
yeah.
some that I already knew. I'll start cutting people off. And the good thing is this is a whole nother testimony. That's like the book that I'm going to release called Life After Death. So that's,
Come on now, life after death.
yes, that's like me being born again, coming to the new life.
Okay.
So that book, that section, there's this part where she was going through her things. I didn't realize when we spoke here, I was going through detox time on that side. Like God was taking away a lot of taste of
Right.
of the world out of me without me realizing He was doing that. So by the time I met my wife, it was easy for me to be like, yes, I'm going to be born again. Without force. It was meant to be. So it explains why God said to her, wait.
Yes.
But we're
I'm
not
doing.
communicating.
I'm working on him.
Yeah,
Yes.
So they was
I'm
literally working on
him,
me,
yes.
and I don't know if I can give you this testimony. I don't know how
Rough.
long we have, but
Let's go.
quick testimony. Yeah.
Yes.
So in that period when my wife was going through her, like I know she don't want me saying it because there's a book in it, but she was going through physical
Domestic
abuse, and yeah. So when she was separating away from her ex, on this side, I was in a 7 years relationship, and I said, I can't be here. It's not for me. The lady didn't do nothing to me.
Wow.
Do you know how hard
7
it is?
years.
Yeah.
Listen, do you know how hard it is to walk away from someone
That has done
that
nothing.
has done nothing to you,
Yes.
Yeah.
but you don't have a right reason? You're making
Yes.
all type of reasons. Oh,
Yeah.
I want a child now.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
trying to find things, but
Yeah.
you can't explain why you need to
Why?
get out of that environment.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. You just it just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to do that when someone hasn't done nothing.
Nothing.
It is so
So
hard.
and I said to my friend, there's something missing. I can't explain it. And when I met my wife, God is my witness, I said it to my friend, I said, see how I wanted to feel. Okay, perfect example. When you watch Love and Basketball,
Yeah.
when you watch Best Man, oh no, Best Man so much. Love and Basketball or Brown Sugar. You see that feeling you get when you're watching it at the end of it. I said, that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to get.
Yeah.
And I got that with my wife.
Wow.
So now this is the problem. So after 5 years or 10 years, when you're watching that again, do you get that when you're sitting with your spouse? If you don't get it, hey, there's work needs to be done. But I get that feeling.
That
Because
feeling.
that means I know 100% I made the right decision to move that
right
direction.
decision. Yeah.
And that's what I used to get when I'm sitting there and watching things like that. I'm not getting that.
But okay, so
Sorry,
there's so many, there's so
Yeah.
much to there's so much to unpack. And I'm thinking, where should I go first? Okay, maybe we should take it back to first of all that conviction, right? So we've had a lot of people, like couples who have been dating 1 year, 2 years, whatnot, and where you feel like, okay, I know this person is not the one for me,
Yeah.
right? But
Just
going
gonna
back to what you're
manage.
saying, there's no real reason why.
That was boldness, bro.
So yeah, exactly. So what advice will you give? Because it's almost like people are actually getting married.
I know.
On this
I
basis.
know.
Yeah.
Because
Bro.
oh my god, I cannot break up with this
Yeah.
person.
Okay, I'm only trying to be careful 'cause I don't want to offend anyone. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Wow, that's true.
I was engaged without me hoping to be engaged.
Wow.
Does it make sense to
Yeah.
you? I was
Stumbled
engaged.
into it.
I stumbled into engagement, meaning that I was buying a ring for myself, right? And while I was buying it, he's laughing.
Oh, you stop. Okay.
I was buying a
That's
ring.
not what I was
stumbled
even thinking.
into
Listen, I was buying a ring for myself. I was buying a ring for myself. You know, back in the days when you're on the street, you buy little pinkies. You think it's the Godfather movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was buying a black onyx diamond ring
Yeah.
for myself. So I was thinking, yeah, I was getting the ring and I got the chain. And then the guy I was with at the time, she was there, and she was like, you know, with a woman you're buying that, she could see that amount of money you're spending on that. So it's like, you gotta get her something. It's like, pick what you want. What do you want? So she was like, so she's thinking of what to get. I'm
You
thinking,
can see where this is going, right?
I said, you know what? Cause she had like a matching bracelet, a watch, necklace that I got, and a watch, bracelet and a necklace.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let's get the ring version of it, because there's a ring for them. So she went and told her friend, oh yeah, Clem's getting me a ring. Her friend's putting her head down.
And then
I'm gonna propose.
Yeah.
So it made sense. I've been with you for 7 years. I'm African.
So
I'm getting
it
older.
actually makes sense.
It
that,
makes
yes,
sense.
it's a
Yeah.
proposal.
Go along with it.
Yeah.
But the year that it was supposed to be happening, we were supposed to be getting married, I was stopped. The load, heaviness start happening.
Wow.
I start having nightmares and visions that I'm getting shot, I'm getting stabbed. I'm thinking, I'm not out on the street anymore. So why am I getting these dreams? It's a bit weird, isn't it? First of all, my mum had a dream that, because I was gonna buy a super bike, and my mum had a dream from Congo, you know, and stuff. She rang me, said, I saw you underneath a truck. Like, if you're gonna buy a bike, because my dad used to be a bike as well, and I was like, I told her I was gonna buy a super bike, and she was like, no, don't get it, because I saw you in the dream under the truck. That same dream happened, it manifested, but it happened with my friend's little brother. He was under the truck, and he passed away. So I started learning, oh, there's power in this dream. Even though I'm not going to church, I know of Jesus from distance, but I'm not close around him to know enough about him. So I know that, I
There's
know
a spiritual
Jesus exists.
world,
I know there's
yeah.
spiritual realm. If you're African, you know that you've seen Nollywood, but I've lived in Nollywood, so I know that this witchcraft exists. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna buy a bike. Left as that. So when I'm not getting dreams of me getting stabbed or shot,
Of course.
I'm believing
Yes,
in it.
you're scared
Like-
now.
So I'm thinking, I'm not going out. So I stopped going clubbing. But odd times you know, make a little appearance. When I go clubbing, the girls that I may find attractive or the environment, I start seeing demons in the club. So it's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The whole place looks smoky and dark, and that's how my taste start coming off. But I didn't know this. So fast forward, as I'm talking, these tastes are coming off before I met my wife.
My
Before you
fault.
met your
Yeah.
wife.
Because the one thing you don't want to do, telling someone to stop doing something at a certain age,
Yeah.
that's hard.
It's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it will
Yeah.
build
This
to
is what's talking
resentment.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because and plus, at some she's gonna have to compromise. I don't want to put her in a place where she's compromising, but she's gonna have to compromise if she wants to be with me, right?
Yeah.
But God didn't allow that to happen. He was taking that off, all that taste.
Yeah.
So as I was stopping, walking away from the relationship, and when I walked away, all my friends were so shocked. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what it is in community and society in general. When you're being with someone for so long, or when you're with someone, people say, "Place where you guys look good."
Yes.
That's
an
pressure.
That's an added pressure.
So what it- and-
You
and-
guys
Is that
are
another
good
podcast talk?
together.
That's
People are actually doing these things because
Couple
of
goals.
couple
Couple
goals.
goals. Couple
Because
goals.
we look good together. on
Without a
the picture.
referee. Without a referee.
So you look good.
No one's gonna say stop. This
No,
is nonsense.
This is good.
and so you look good, but you know that you're not good.
Yeah.
You look good, but you know you're not
I'm
good
giving
for
you
each
offering.
other.
I'm gonna give you offering.
I'll
Offering.
I'll collect that offering.
Yeah.
Offering time.
You look good. The guy's being mean to you, or the guy's rude, or the girl's just not someone you
Yeah.
want to be with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But because you look good, you're like, oh, let's just stay
Yeah.
because
Imagine
we look good
There's
together.
nothing she's done.
She's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something.
So she's
People are
asking, what is
sacrificing
it?
destiny.
And I had to
Because of-
destinies. That's what I wanted to do.
Good.
I wanted to marry purpose. But I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Yeah.
This was more pleasure.
Yeah.
And pleasure only lasts for so long. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm trying to be so respectful without looking like, oh, you're not good enough for me. It's not that.
It's not.
We're not clicking the way it's supposed to click. It looks good. You know, like I always say, like a puzzle. A puzzle is when you put them together, yeah, a lot of them look alike. When you're trying to place it,
Yeah.
some not placing, bro. No matter how many times you think, no.
And you twist
I've
it.
seen my student actually get scissors, yeah, chop it a bit and then pull it. So they continue. At the end, they found the right one. It was among that, and they're like, oh, so because it belongs
It
there.
still belongs
Yeah.
there.
Belongs
I was trying to cut.
there.
That's what I was trying to do.
Now it makes
Yeah.
sense why he
Makes
calls
sense.
me his rib.
Because it
Literally.
fits.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It
Fits.
fits. It just need a bit of oil to
Not
do it
oil.
up, touch it up, and then because they're a bit
Oil.
rusty, you still need to get to know each other.
Yeah.
That's where the clashing are
The
happening.
the mesh. Yeah.
So walking away from that relationship, I'm not gonna lie to you, that's one of the hardest things in my life I've had to do. In my life, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, because spiritually you're attached, because it's you're sleeping with each other.
Exactly.
It's not your
Been
wife.
together. Yeah. It's
been
basically like a
together.
marriage. It is
You're
a marriage.
attached. Yeah, it's a marriage. In the spiritual realm, it's a marriage.
So marriage, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I'm now walking away. Imagine, even though when I walked away, I wasn't with her, but I still missed her.
Yes.
You see, that's the weird
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I now understood, oh, this is how people in a physical abuse relationship, they feel like. Not that I was abused, but I'm saying
Just to put
the
it out there.
attachment of
Detachment.
getting you're used to the person.
Is that soul tie, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
soul tie.
It is.
Yes.
And that's why
And-
sometimes you literally have to break it. You
Bro,
have to go
you know what I
through
did?
a process.
I moved away from
That's
Hackney.
it.
Yeah.
People said, you run away. It's me. That's right.
And
Yes.
and,
I
and,
ran away. Like,
what you had
I
to
went to North London.
That's
and no, and the annoying
Like, I didn't come to Hackney. I've run away.
but
'Cause
but
I
no
didn't-
but,
I
but,
had
but
to.
that was the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Because
It
guess
was.
what? There's still people that believe that it is okay to be friends with your ex.
No.
It is okay.
No.
Somebody that you were
That you was no.
doing
Yeah,
things
imagine
with,
that.
No.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
and then you're saying that, oh, we're cool, we're
No,
cool,
why-
and now you're married.
lying to yourself.
And that's why
You're lying to yourself.
What,
You're
what
lying to
happens
yourself.
then is that in that marriage, somebody will go and play away.
Yes, because
You
you know what
go
happened?
back.
She would do something that might upset me. I'm thinking, but she doesn't do that.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly
You
what
keep
happened.
comparing.
And then what happened? You will go back,
That part.
and that one time you go back, you regret it anyway.
You regret.
Yeah.
and then you're like,
I've
but you already done
anyway.
it.
Yeah,
you've
I've
already
done
done
it.
it.
You're
Yeah.
already mingling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it took courage, and when I received that revelation, and I said to my friend, I'm actually proud of myself because that took
A
courage.
lot.
I thought
Yeah, you
all
would've been
this
stuck.
war on the street and
Yeah.
you know in Congo that was that.
But I
that
think maybe
was
what
nothing
helped
compared
as
to
well
this.
because you said she didn't fight.
Oh yeah, she did fight. She
Oh,
could.
she fought.
No, not in a dirty fight, but like crying and
Yeah.
just I don't understand that.
Yeah.
'Cause I felt like and for many years, see I've been with my wife for altogether for like 12 years, right?
Yeah.
Felt guilty.
But for like 5 years I felt guilty.
Wow.
Really felt guilty that I couldn't even go back to Hackney because of her, because I felt so bad,
Yeah.
you know. And then I realized No, you just made the right decision.
That's
Made the right
it.
decision.
That's all it is. The
I know
right
some
decision
people go
hurts.
to the altar. Some
Yeah.
people are engaged like this, and then they're like, "We might as well just get married. We've
Yeah.
come this
Yeah.
far."
Bro,
Yeah.
we've seen it so many
But-
times. We still have to cancel this couple. We
Yeah.
told them that we had to tell them the truth that listen, you are not
Compatible.
You are not. Don't do it to
Don't
yourself.
do it to yourself.
And they get offended, you know. People get offended. What?
And some people are like, oh yeah, we're still going. I was like, you guys came to us for counsel. Do not do
Like,
it. Do not, because
Yeah.
it was clear the patterns were
Yeah.
there, but it was almost as if, okay, let us just do it because, first of all, we don't want to disappoint our parents.
parents.
Everybody
Peer
Everyone's
want us
put
to
so
get
much
that.
pressure.
money.
Everybody's waiting for this to
Yeah.
happen. But we're like, in the with
But are you
all
getting
that
married
is
for the
happening
parents?
now? Are you getting married for these
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Are
it
these
is.
people gonna
Yeah.
be there,
Yeah.
right, in that house with you? So it can be painful, as you said, and you just need that courage because getting it right is so important.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know,
Otherwise, you can just be miserable.
Yeah, what was so deep about that? Because as soon as I left her, within a year, when I met my wife, a year after that, I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I remember I bumped into her. She said, "So you got married?"
Wow. Oh,
Awkward.
It's like, how?
very awkward.
Because
Which goes back
she
to
dealt
when a
with the
man
immature
knows.
side. Yeah, she had to do
Yeah.
with a lot of my immature side
Yeah.
as a young man. Because does it make sense to
Yeah,
you?
makes
It's almost
sense.
like my wife is receiving the mature side of you.
Yeah.
It's almost like a rip-off, isn't it?
Yeah.
And,
And no,
again, you feel guilty again.
Yeah, but
And
you
it-
said
But
it when a man
I
knows.
made
he
the right choice. In my head, I was
knows.
like,
You
I'm
know
not
that you
going
made
back.
the right
I'm
move.
not going
Right.
back.
And it's
But you
also-
feel bad for that moment,
Yeah.
because I'm a human still. I'm
Yeah,
a caring
yeah.
person. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm. And you know, I think what I'm just even remembering now is just from this story is that, so you were preparing, or God was preparing you, and then God was telling you as well that, wait, don't cancel this guy yet. And there's always a situation where sometimes you might meet the right person at the wrong time.
That
Yes.
part.
So timing is so important.
timing is very important. Look at the age of 17.
Yes.
Look at
There we
exactly.
go.
Yes.
Exactly.
Would I embrace my wife
Nope.
the
No,
way I
you
embrace her?
wouldn't.
No.
Exactly.
No,
if you had
wouldn't.
met her
Because
then,
back then, hey, there was more than one girl standard,
I would
and it's
not- I
not
would
bragging.
not.
But in our community, we bragged. It was a
Yeah.
tick
Standard.
list. Everyone
It
gets
was a
excited.
badge of
Yeah.
honor.
So a badge of
Badge of
honor.
honor.
Like, you know, you go to prison, you come out.
yeah.
You know, and it was exactly like that. So I don't think I would have been in a place where my eyes were open and my heart was open to receive her or embrace her and value her.
You weren't ready.
And I didn't value
Yeah.
myself the
You
same
weren't
way I
ready,
value
yeah.
myself
Value
now.
yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So, you know, that's why the Bible says all things
Work together for good.
work together.
Yeah.
So your past trauma
Yeah.
from growing up and everything that you were doing
Yeah.
to moving to Hackney to what happened in your past as well, and you feeling guarding yourself
Yeah.
and people saying this girl, she's been hard to get, what's gonna
Yeah.
everything was
But you know
working
what? Even
together.
in that part where my husband just shared about, you know, the guys, you know, trying to get my number and all that stuff, I thought about it after and I was just like, wow. So imagine if I was one of those girls that actually entertained
Exactly.
for the sake of I'm bored. Because you know when you're single, especially a single mum as well, you know, yes, I went out on dates based on boredom back then, but then imagine around that time, you know, he's asking questions and imagine if they said,
I
yeah,
did
you
ask
know,
questions.
we went out, we did this and we did that. And that's what I always say to the ladies, your king could be watching you before they even approach you.
Come on now.
So be careful how you carry yourself.
Yes.
Be careful
Because
how you
imagine if you were
present
with
yourself.
all those other
Exactly.
guys that would have
Yeah.
cancelled.
Because I did
you.
Yeah.
observe her anyway
Yeah.
Wow.
within that time.
Yeah.
And
Were
I had
you
no
observing-
clue.
Wait, let's get something clear. Were you observing or stalking?
Hey,
Hey.
there we go. See?
Both.
Hey.
You know what?
She's
You know
the
what's
one that
funny?
said- she's the one that
You know
said
what? We are actually laughing, yeah. But there's some stalkers out there who take this seriously. man.
Guys, we're joking.
We'll take
We're
notes.
joking,
We're
no.
joking. Please, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't need R. Kelly.
Oh, no.
Don't.
Listen.
Sorry.
Oh,
Go on,
dear.
yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
So-
but yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say even that part, just because I feel like that part of your testimony, the end part, where you said that,
Look into my eyes.
where you said that emergency prayer. Talk about the emergency prayer one, because I feel like that actually added to your
The value of
understanding, like of the spiritual realm. Like, right, actually, that's God actually exists. Like this Jesus thing is real.
But
Before
then
you
you're
met
gonna ruin
me,
my book now. You want me to really?
okay.
you've shared it before anyway.
No, I'm not gonna
Guys,
share
when
it.
is the book coming out?
Yes.
Let's
Tell
know
us when the
now.
book is coming out.
Do you
You
have
know
a date
what?
yet?
You know what?
Do
I'll
have
be
a date
honest
for
with
the
you.
book yet?
I wanted to do it as series
Mm.
on Netflix, But there's some people acting a bit funny. They don't wanna. People, people wanna grab the thing and put the name on it. That's the problem I have. And there's certain series I have, certain things I have, titles, and they're very powerful. But people wanna wipe you off. It's almost like that Stallone. When he done the Rocky, he presented the Rocky to them. Stallone's story. He wrote.
Was that
script.
his break?
Yeah, he wrote the script. Yeah, that's his break.
Yeah,
so he wrote the script, Rocky, and he presented it to them, and they said, "This is all right, but you're not going to be in it."
Can you imagine?
But we'll pay you, and he was like, "No." They paid him. Let's say they paid him like something like £12,000. He said, "I'll take that, so that my name can be known, right? But you have to put me in it. I'm gonna take cheap. I'm gonna get small cut pay.
Small cut pay, but
I'm gonna be
name
in it.
on that.
I want my name on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what happened. Name on it. Now, Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky
Isn't there
3.
like
so many
five?
series.
Well,
Yeah.
and now there's a franchise of it.
Wow.
But people just, I don't know, everyone, UK, I won't lie to you, when I was in America appreciate us more. UK is very.
Did you live in America?
No, we've been there to preach. Went there a few
Okay,
times.
for
So
ministry.
America's got more love. Like they want black things.
Don't tell Ayo
bro,
this.
bro.
They want black things.
Start.
Yeah, America want black things. When they discover I'm passionate about going to prison ministry, they just like they appreciate.
We love
Yeah.
this. We
you
just
know,
love
We
they
love
this.
you,
appreciate.
UK.
But in
We
England,
love you,
everyone's
UK
just
as
I don't
well.
know, a bit uptight.
A bit
Totally
uptight.
agree.
Like, yeah,
Totally agree. That's why a lot of people are going to America to do ministry.
yeah.
People
Wow.
are leaving the UK and going to plant churches and ministries in America.
Why do you think that is, though?
Many things. I
They
feel
value
like
the word.
I feel like maybe obviously America is just more receptive of Jesus. Of ministry and all of these things. Yeah, even though, and I feel like because of obviously America has their darkness as well, right?
100%, which
So-
everyone has.
And I think there's just more, and maybe it's just also the anointing, right? Or something that's on there.
Yeah.
But in the UK, I feel like there's forces.
There's forces.
There's
There
some
you go.
serious forces
Yeah.
that, that we're fighting and dealing with. There's forces everywhere.
Exactly.
Where are we seeing the same patterns?
Yeah.
I'm just saying
that's
because my
true.
experience of landing there, their appreciation is a bit different. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's just a bit different. They were very
I love
grateful,
America.
and they were like, come here, and we'll sponsor you guys. They're very, but
Sponsor
obviously
y'all.
we're not just
Y'all.
gonna leave and go. But one day we would, maybe one day. But
Do you think it's because of honor? That's what's coming to my mind. Do you think there's more honor? They honor,
Honor, I think,
people
yeah.
more, a bit more than the UK. UK is more like, we're all the same, age mates.
We'll give
you
you
know.
a
Like, I
Yorkshire.
can have a friend.
We'll give
that
you a
works-
Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
way.
Listen, I can have a friend
Yeah.
that's working in television, but they're not gonna make the link happen. Where in America, everyone's like, yeah,
And the link.
everything
before
just links up.
Yeah.
You know
Before you know
Billy?
it. Yeah,
No John?
Billy.
you know, and it's just
You
like,
know John?
I'm
like
so done
just
with
like
you.
the way I met Francis today. They don't know who Francis is, but they don't know who
Yeah.
he's from today.
Yeah.
But it's like, you see the way instantly he was like, yeah, you guys can do this.
Yeah.
America, we have more of that.
So there's that collaboration.
More of
Yeah,
that.
More of that
collab.
And they're interested.
We don't
That's
have
the
it here.
word.
We
That's
don't
the
have
word.
it.
We don't have it here.
That's why
Yeah.
they do any type of music, it just blows up.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody's willing to receive
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's like an open lake. Here is like a pond. It's just the environment's small.
Murky.
No, totally agree. So one or two things, right? And I don't even know how much time we have. I hope we're good,
I
yeah?
hope we're good.
So, thank you. So I want to talk a little bit again. I love your story and thank you so much for sharing your story because I've learned so much,
Me too.
just from this story. Did you know the story before?
I didn't know. I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. I knew a bit about Tara,
Yeah.
but I didn't know about you at all.
I'm trying to embrace social
So it's
media.
good.
Ayo will help me.
I will help.
Bro,
I'm trying
we're
to
here,
embrace
we're here. So it's like, so you went through, so you said you saw her pushing the buggy.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd like to understand, how did you embrace that?
That's a good question.
And
How
And-
was Tara? Because
yeah,
you said
and
you
Tara, exactly.
you're more.
Oh,
You'd learned from the past, so you are now a bit closed. How
Yeah.
did you open up as well?
So how? Yeah. So that's the question
I
for
think,
you.
like I said, because it was God ordained, like I said, God already prepared my heart By the time I approached my wife, he already prepared her heart to receive me.
Yeah.
The side of the closeness, that more happened when we got married. I saw we became Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you want to talk about that?
100%.
So you really
I'm having therapy session.
So when you got married, how old was your daughter?
She was.
Hold up.
Do the math.
So she was 3 when I met my wife.
Wow.
You practically
five-
raised
Five.
her, yeah.
Five,
Yeah,
six,
you've
5, 6.
because if you didn't tell me, if I didn't know, Ayo's just knowing now, basically. Because the way you guys relate, there's no. We're just saying your daughter for them to understand.
Yeah.
But you guys don't relate like that at all.
No, we don't.
She's very much your child. Like
Yeah.
you guys are one family, and I get that vibe from you. I get that those are your girls kind of thing. Because I see you put her through some. You guys went through like boot camp or something.
Camp. That's what he said. Like she calls him dad. And when we're out, he would say, "Oh yeah, they're my daughter." So it's just it just gelled.
Yeah.
It just gelled.
Because again, it's God's timing. But it doesn't mean we're not going to go through the process.
Yeah.
But to all God did is make sure that we made it through the door.
Yeah.
Then the door was shut. Then we had to deal with our inside what is going on. How are we going to decorate this house?
Yeah.
The two become
How are they
one.
going to come to agreement? What color do you like? Which one do you think is right? That's what we went through.
It was the becoming one that was
Becoming
the
one.
issue.
Yeah.
That molding, that becoming one that, because we're two different genders, of course.
Yeah.
And,
And then two
Culture.
different cultures.
Cultures
Yeah, 'cause
as
you're,
well.
You're Caribbean.
Yes.
And he's,
and
can't-
as
sorry,
my
you can't-
husband,
You can't just say that she's Caribbean. No. You need to say.
Jamaican.
Thank you.
Is that
Jamo.
good?
Jamo.
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 Gunshots in it.
not gunshots in the
Yeah.
air.
Bro, you need to be born again.
Yes.
They always remix Born Again. Born Again today. Tomorrow they'll commit their crime, and the next day will come born again.
I'm so done.
And then when they're praising, it's like everything is rust.
No, I can't remember. There was this clip I saw. I think it was on Instagram where it was like a church, Jamaican church. And I was like, wow, this is mad.
Oh, is that when he said under the blood?
Oh, was it under the blood? Yeah.
Under their blood.
That's
so
probably
the
your uncle.
Okay.
It was like,
I meant to say under the blood. Yeah, it's probably your uncle. Bro,
But
so
I'm like-
when you're saying Caribbean, you're making sound everything is just sweet. No,
Like from the Bahamas.
And then,
Actually, my mum is from Montserrat.
and then
My mum's
she got Bruce Lee's people involved.
Bruce Lee.
That's right.
Oh, have you got
I spoke to your dad. That's right.
Have you got a
When I went to
boy?
propose, that's right. Oh, before we go, that was
no, now I see a little
Now I
bit of
see
that.
I know, me too, innit?
It's giving
But
Kimura.
you know,
Kimura,
we're coming.
yeah.
So even saying that, I'll tell you how God is so powerful, and this is for the viewers. When I approached my wife's father, no argument,
Wow.
smooth. When I approached my bishop, no
Smooth.
argument, smooth. And then later on, years later, and he reveals things to me. Said, "Do you know how many guys have come to me for her?"
Wow.
But I would have
But when
never
it
had
was your
that.
turn?
Obviously, I thought, yeah, guys like her. I had that impression that guys like her, but I didn't know guys went and approached him to get married, and she didn't even know.
I
And he said
had
to
no
me,
clue.
We're talking about over
Actually,
7
only
people
one.
coming, like 12 people
7?
coming, and so many people coming behind the
I didn't
scene
even know that
to
one.
ask to
Wow.
marry her.
Wow.
So it just shows you when it's God's time.
When it's God's
When he makes it
timing.
easy
Things
for
are
you.
smooth.
Fall
God's
into
hand
place.
on it.
When God says,
Yes.
be still. Be still.
Mm-hmm.
When God says, Peter, you can walk. You
Yeah.
can walk.
Yeah.
Me, I wouldn't walk because I'm African. The water is
Oh
a
my
bit,
God,
you know,
oh.
I wouldn't walk. Jesus, I'm sorry, but the water is a bit. It's for baptism, that's it.
I'm so done.
But when it was time, it was time.
It was
Yeah.
time.
So going back to her
Yeah.
dad now, when I spoke to the dad, I said, I'm getting married. I want to marry your daughter. He was like, you know, Tara, she's my... Sorry, the siblings, but I said, she's my favorite, you know.
Not so it
Yeah. He said, she reminds me of my mum, you know. He said, my mum's so beautiful. And then that's when I knew the mix more. Like, where she's from. And I had to come and tell her, you know, you're from this and you're from this. So he told me, he said, his mum, because the mum's half black Jamaican and Chinese Jamaican.
Wow.
That's his mum.
Okay.
And the dad they've got some Portuguese and Egyptian and stuff like that in them. But there's other stuff mixed. but that's why the skin is so light and brown. Yeah. So I said to her, so explain your gold skin. Why? Explain your gold skin, because you got Egypt inside you. You got Egypt inside of you.
I'm actually melting in
but
the
her mum,
It's funny because Sarah just like.
but her mum is from Montserrat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Have you heard of
they
Montserrat?
have
Yes, in Caribbean.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's European, mum. Babe, she's European. She'll understand. It's my people who
I'm
understand.
British.
She's British. You can't-
British.
Yeah, she's your sister.
British.
You know,
Yeah,
you're
the
both
British.
British.
You're both British.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
As you keep
so
reminding
you
me.
guys did. So you went into the house and
Yeah.
then you did the Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Oh yes.
And I don't even know if we have time to. I think we need to bring these guys back.
Oh, don't so miss done already.
I think we need to. But so it's like, so how long
That last
did that last?
3 years.
Wow.
You remember it very well.
We didn't like each other for 3 years.
No, it's true. It's real talk.
3 years.
It's real talk.
So, because there's so much. So 3 years we are doing that, fighting each other.
Oh, guys, we're not physically fighting, by the way.
In it, let me
Yeah,
just
you
put
know
that
that.
out there.
Get it out there.
Just to put it out there.
Very,
Okay,
and it's so funny because we're saying it recently that we live in a time where we actually need to put that disclaimer
Yeah.
out there.
Oh yeah, because everything's picked on.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't want, and we don't want to, say that it's okay,
Yeah.
to do anything like that.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Yeah.
so all of that was
Yeah.
happening. So, was there any point where you're like, I think I want to give up. I want to throw in the towel.
I think the hardest part was like what we just mentioned about, just for the sake of the viewers, my daughter, right? I think that whole, because we're now a blended family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that navigating that was quite challenging.
Mhm.
Yes, it was smooth, but even for me, over the years, I had to reflect and just, even that's why I talk to my students. I'm like, the decisions that you make now,
Yeah.
you're going to have to face them. There's
Yes.
consequences for your actions.
Consequences.
So
that's
I
it.
know that, having a child young,
Mm.
I had my daughter about the age of 18/19.
Mhm.
Having a child young, yes, God has changed my life. Yes, God has restored my life. He's turned it around, but I still had to face my past.
Yeah.
And that was the challenge, without obviously saying too much, but, her dad wasn't really around at that time. And, I think that, as a teenager growing up, she tried to almost like trying to, how kids are.
Yeah.
They try and play parents against each other.
other.
And, she got to that point of time where she wanted her own way. And, at teenage, I'm working with them now. So I'm like, wow, you guys are actually like this. When they don't,
Very
they
skilled.
can go to that side where when they don't get their own way, they are willing to strategize and try and figure out how am I going to get my way. But they don't care what they
What's
do.
good? In the middle.
So, with him kind of being not fully out of her life, but around that time, he wasn't really, really there. So she kind of brought him into the mix of things.
Wow.
Yeah, and you
No, she
can
didn't
just...
see him for 2 years. He disappeared.
Yeah,
Disappearing
so...
act. I'm a snitch. That's right. Sorry, Dan.
So that kind of stirred the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, him coming in and, obviously words were exchanged and all of that.
And having claim,
Yeah.
having rights, having...
Bearing in mind
that
my
you've been
husband
there
has-
all along.
Yes.
You've been the one
Look
putting
at
in
her
the work.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm triggered.
Yeah, he's raised her. So, that actually impacted my marriage where he started to feel a bit more like, he seemed a bit more withdrawn.
I
Wow.
was withdrawn.
Yeah,
my
he
wife
was
trying to be
withdrawn.
nice because that's my wife. I was withdrawn. I was
Yeah, he
withdrawn
was.
for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
And it was
2
hard,
years.
tough being in the middle as a parent, as a mum
Yeah.
as well.
Because
It was tough.
I felt betrayed. I told her that. I said, "Wow, you actually broke my heart."
Yeah.
Like I felt betrayed because it's like to take on someone else's child and to be always conscious knowing that you can't fully take
That wrong.
Ownership.
Yeah.
So
Which you never tried
because
to
the things
anyway.
things like when it's his birthday, I'll give her money to buy him gift, and I'm the one that's like, call him. Your dad. He didn't have a father, so he doesn't know how to be one. Sometimes it can be challenging. I'll be doing stuff like that, and I'm only doing those things because of the job that I do. He's giving me those skills, the understanding of how to kind of communicate, to understand other people's perspective and why they move a certain way. So it's not like I'm making excuses for him, but I understand some of the things he's doing. Doesn't mean he's all right, but I understand him. And it's part of growth as well. And we're believers and we're trying to show love. Not just reading the Bible, but actually showing it. So I'm like, look, by you doing this, sometimes I remember when me and my father went through a difficult time period, there's someone telling me, sometimes the child has to teach the father how to be a father. I didn't get that. Thinking,
Come on now.
For hell to the no.
Come on now.
Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking,
and you need a lot of humility for a father to learn.
And you know, African parents are very stubborn.
Yeah.
Hey, they will never say I'm sorry.
Never.
I don't know about yours now.
No.
But my one, they're not gonna say
African
sorry.
parents, no.
Sorry for what reason?
No, yeah.
It doesn't exist. And it's like, it takes a lot for us, even the four of us, to be here, to even having conversation and laugh. You know, they're stuck in their way. So I try to like not do that same kind of treatment. Like I said, look, you have to do this for him, and you know, you don't know what he's going through. And then his mom passed away. I said, see, now look, there's going to be more. You don't know what he's going through. It's not like he's rejecting you, because one thing I don't want her to do, feel rejected, and then the time when she feels embraced is either her opening her legs or hugging a man. I didn't want her to feel like that.
Yes.
Which will happen to me.
So little things like what I'll do, Valentine's Day, I'll take her out first. She's my first date. So if the Valentine's is on Friday or Saturday, I'll take her out. I'll take her out like on Friday.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, hey, okay, go now. I'm taking your mama. Goodbye. And she gets it.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted her to feel, to know that she is special. And she's loved. That's it. You are loved. And it's not because your father is not here, doesn't mean you're not loved or you're not special. Do you understand? Because a lot, especially with teenagers, you know, it's difficult. It's very difficult. You know, girls, I call them, they're diamonds.
They are.
And
Bro,
boys are gold.
I've got 3 of them, you know. So I need serious tips from you.
We need to do extra prayer.
We need
Bro.
And
And they're beautiful as well. They're actually beautiful.
Bro,
But I get what you mean. That validation.
boys,
if you don't get it from your dad, you get it from another guy.
That's it.
And boys are like,
That's it.
I said, boys are like, they're gold. They are gold. But girls, just a small diamond will cost more than the size of a big gold, because it's a diamond. It's
like
precious.
So boys
You
are
don't
like gold, girls are like diamonds.
You have to
love
be
that.
careful with it. I said to her, rape is very common for females. Abuse, all type of abuse, very common. I said, I don't want you guys to get into that. You know, you have to, I said, that's why I'm like this with you guys. You know, you have to be careful, because guys will, you know, will
They'll
mold.
push, yeah.
Hey, even the church girls, I'm telling you now, guys will mold
Of
into
course,
what you
even
want,
And
into
no,
your wants.
What you just said now,
There's a-
even the church girl.
Yeah,
And
into
that's why
your
it
wants.
says don't be unequally yoked.
Don't.
Yeah.
Do not be unequally yoked. Thinking that I can stand.
I can stand.
Thinking
When
that
I became
can
a
do
pastor,
this.
my pastor said to me, don't ever go to a place and say, I'm anointing. I'm going to mentor this female by myself on it every day. Listen, don't do that.
Don't ever.
Because he said,
Don't
your
get too
flesh, you
comfortable.
can't trust your flesh.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be attractive to her. It's a spirit thing.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, so I made sure I'm always talking to her, making sure. And then because my wife sees that, I think she gave me the platform to be able to discipline also. It was easy.
I wasn't one of those
it's never been a hard
parents.
thing.
You know, those sometimes
So
those
that's,
mothers.
and that
Yeah.
takes a lot from you.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because if she
Because
didn't
you
do
can
that,
say, oh, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
Don't say my
Yes.
daughter
Yeah,
like
because
that.
then
And
you know what it
then-
is.
yeah,
If I
yeah,
started
yeah.
off like that, like, oh, this is my daughter, you are over here, I'm gonna do it. Then he wouldn't have embraced her.
Yes.
I would have already caused that separation from the beginning.
Yes.
And that is where a lot of women go
Miss
wrong.
it, yeah.
Where it's like, this is my son, or this is my daughter, and they're
Yeah.
not really kind of like helping the situation. Because
Yeah.
if you're seeing it for the long term, you're gonna need to. This is basically
Yes.
Yeah.
this is. I didn't force her to say this is your dad, but
she came up to you and
Yeah.
asked, is it okay if I call him dad? And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, oh yeah.
That
I was
was
like,
it.
but is because
I was
that's
like,
my name on the, and he deleted it. That's why I'm a snitch. I told you.
Oh
big
my
time.
god, I'm so done.
Deleted my name on the, when he saw dad. Like,
On the phone, she had to say it on the phone.
Yeah. Big time snitch, bro. Plus he's Jamaican, big time snitch. But
So
we get on now. He's better. Do you know what I mean?
That's good.
Like, do you know what's fun? He gets my personality anyway. So because you can't afford to be fighting. There's something more important than both of us.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
How are we gonna work to raise
To
this
raise,
child?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not
That's-
even
that's-
about
that's
you
how I talk to
anymore.
him.
It's
And
not
he's-
about you.
You know, it's not
Yes.
about
So
you.
everybody
That's maturity.
throw
Yeah,
your ego
that's
to
maturity.
one side, put
And-
your ego on one side,
Yeah.
and actually focus on
Yeah.
God's child.
Yeah.
But I think because I was also going back to that, I was very closed in marriage. I think everything came flooding back to my mind with regards to men. And number one, I didn't have a model in front of me how a family would look like, how a marriage looks like. So that was like a big thing. And then all the things that happened beforehand, it was almost like, oh my God, it was anxiety came up. What if everything just goes wrong again? What if I get my heart broken again? You know? So I was quite guarded. And I think over time, you see, I said this the other day, I'm going to say it again. It's almost like I gave 30% of me. I didn't give him my full me. I gave him about 30%, but I expected 100% return from him. And I wasn't getting that. And so obviously that made him a bit like, you don't trust me. You know, all of that. And it just escalated. I think that's where it lasted for so long, the 3 years. Because one thing led to another, it led to another. And then now he's offended. Now I'm putting... It was just like... ended up in a type of cycle, you know. And I think, you know, knowledge is really important. I think, you know,
power, isn't it?
The Word of God shows you everything about how to live in a marriage. And it helps. I know people think, oh, it's corny, you know, when you talk about the Word of God.
Nothing corny about it.
You know what took it 3 years?
Marriage.
Exactly.
You know what took it 3 years? I will say also, I know you guys are going to relate to this. You're embarrassed.
Wow, that's deep.
Who can you talk to?
Oh, that's another
Tara
thing.
and Clement look perfect.
Yeah.
Who can you really talk to?
Yeah.
Look at them. And we were one of the first people
To get married
to
around
get
that time.
married around that time.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of people.
And I
our
think your
age.
love story gives people hope as well. So you guys might have felt a bit of that pressure as well. Like,
Yeah.
people are looking.
Yeah.
people are
Yeah.
looking at
Who
us.
do you talk to and to say, sometimes he's an idiot?
Yeah.
Straight up. Don't forget that. Sometimes he gets someone else.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's actually rude.
Yeah.
Who can you say that to? You're gonna say, what?
Yeah.
You're gonna say that about Clement, or you say that about Tara.
Yeah.
That's Pastor Tara, or that's, you know, or that time if it's Sister Tara, whatever you want to call her, but you hold her so high.
You hold us.
And I definitely wanna advise the singles now, and even the marriage people, the singles, see your expectation. Yeah, when you write this list of guys, make sure you got a list about yourself.
Yeah.
Because
That's true.
you're so focused on list on how someone needs to be to suit you,
But we've not
but
checked
you're not
ourselves.
working for yourself.
So important.
Yeah.
This is it.
So
You got to divorce the list.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. So my wife had to come to the reality of, you're someone's wife, and
Yeah.
Oh.
and I had to
Yeah.
come to the reality that I'm someone's husband.
Husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do we come together? And I'm not. I used to say to her, I'm not your dad, you know, and I'm not your ex. You know,
And he even used to play songs about
yeah, there's a song by music.
I'm not your ex. Remember that? Remember that
There's a song
song?
by music.
Yeah,
by
no, no.
music.
Yeah.
Previous cat. I said,
I'm not your
I'm not
previous
your-
cat.
I said,
That one.
I said, you see, I'm not those guys. Like, I'm a different guy, a very special guy.
Yeah.
I said,
So you have to give her that
I said,
reminder.
this is the president of Congo. You know.
Oh my God.
This is how I
I'm
talk to
so
her, but I'm
done.
doing it as a banter
Not
so
the
she can get it
president
without
of Congo.
disrespecting her. You know, I said, I'm not those guys. But when you're saying it, you're laughing. At first, you're being patient, you know. And the thing about being in the flesh, you have a lid where there's a lid there. So that lid is limited. But when you have the Holy Spirit, there's no lid. What happens is overflow. You're coming out. So you're forgiven. It's easy to forgive. You keep moving on. But because I had the lid, our marriage, the first 3 years, ladies and gentlemen, it was based on flesh. It was just purely flesh. Because God got knocked out the way somewhere.
Knocked out the way.
Because I have to be nice to her after she done
So you
this
were-
and she done
After you
believing
done
me.
that.
Yeah.
For a man, when you don't get respect,
Yeah.
you become cranky.
Of course.
And again, because I
Of
didn't
course.
have
You
anything.
go silent. You don't want
Yeah.
to talk.
Like
'Cause
model.
I don't want to
Yeah.
disrespect you because then I'll disrespect myself. But I'm angry inside. And I don't want to
carry
talk.
that anger.
Yes. Because when I'm talking now, my voice, why are you shouting at me? Oh,
And he already talks loud.
All right then. Fair
I know,
enough.
I got one of
okay,
them,
now I'm aggressive. Now you're saying I'm aggressive.
And the way he
All
looks
right.
on top of it.
All right then.
You know, it just.
See, all
it
of
just
this.
beard,
Yeah, there you go. Do you understand? I'm thinking. And then you go out, people say, oh, Tara's so lovely.
Listen,
And then in your mind, you're thinking,
are you really putting me out there like this?
Hey,
yeah?
you know the worst one. You know the
He's
worst one.
really putting me out
Don't
there.
worry, this
innit?
is good, Ayo.
When they say, you know the worst one? No, because they say it a lot to the females, yeah. To the guys, you're so lucky to have her.
bro,
Oh, of course.
bro,
Come
don't
on.
leave me hanging.
Come on,
Where you are? Where you are?
They say
Not at that moment.
At that time, you're thinking.
At that moment, thinking you can have her.
Listen. Wait, hold on. What am I hearing?
You thought I was gonna say it in a
I'm
nice
so
way.
You know, Ayo said to me one time, "You're not perfect, you know.
Hey,
You're not perfect." And he said it was. I was taken aback. I was like, even though I know I'm not perfect, but for you to say it, I was like.
But you know, I think that was the reality check. You know why? When you're living on your own. Like I was a single mum for how many years now? I was living on my own for so long. I don't think. Well, what age did I leave my mum's house? I think it was around
19.
around 19. So I was living on my own for a long time until I met my husband. Now, when you're on your own, there's no one to point out anything to
Flaws,
you.
yeah.
No flaws.
We had this
Basically,
conversation
you feel like, especially I gave my life to Christ. I thought, I was reading the word. I was like, I am, I am perfect. I think,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm all right, you know.
Oh, well, look at her
I'm
face.
doing well, you know.
Well
I'm right.
done.
And then you get married,
Reckless
and then they just.
All
They
your
get
flaws.
close to you. Look at this pimple. You got this,
Yeah.
and it's like, what's going on? And you just feel so like vulnerable. That vulnerability
Vulnerable,
is
And then
horrible.
you're fighting it. You're almost
Yeah,
fighting it,
it's
isn't
and
it?
then you're kind of then I become
Defensive,
guarded again.
Guarded,
'Cause I'm like, oh my God, because I've come from an abusive relationship, and then it's almost like, oh my God, is this an insult? Is this? Let me protect myself
it's
again.
not an insult. That's the thing.
And
It's
men
it's
and men
pushed
are
to help me
Men
grow.
and men are similar as well.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, just like woman and woman. See what you just said. You was like, she automatically be like, when my wife was talking, you were saying, it's a woman thing.
It's a
It's a man thing.
It's
It's
some
actually a
things.
woman thing.
So
And- yeah.
because of that, sorry to cut you, bro.
Go,
But
no.
because of that, that's why when now I'm having a Mr. and Mr. Smith moment with her, she's relating me to him.
Mm.
Yeah, because now I'm thinking,
You see that?
oh, you're being aggressive, like.
Yeah.
Do you see
How
that?
he
I'm
was.
like, what are you talking about? I'm getting more wound up now.
Because you're
You know that
offended.
someone said,
How
yeah,
dare
yeah.
you compare me
Yeah.
to him?
Yeah, thank you. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm like, no.
Like, I'm
so
totally
it's like someone said,
opposite.
you know, the worst thing is when you're upset, someone said, just calm down now. You're not calming down.
Yeah, that's a trigger.
Oh, why are you upset? It's not that deep. It's very
It's
deep.
it's very deep.
It's
Do
deep
you,
for me.
do you understand?
It's deep for me.
And then she had her friends, people also whispering, friends or family whispering.
That time was so hard.
You know what it is,
That
yeah?
time was so
I call
hard.
them
Just even
backup
thinking.
dancers. This is why I got that word. I call them backup dancers, aka P Diddy. You know, he's just at the back making noise. Bad boy. Anyways,
I'm so
he's
done.
getting arrested though.
Oh.
Anyways, so in this situation, imagine my wife. She said I used to drop her to church. Now let's go to that. She said I was stalking her. It's the same story, bro. She lives in a place, yeah. First of all, it's ghetto. You're in Hackney. That moment it was ghetto. The part that she lived in, she has to go through the gate, but there's like an alleyway and it's pitch black.
Right.
I bought this woman a car for Christmas as a surprise. Why is her friend telling her, why has you got a nice range and you've got this? It was Ford Focus at that time.
Yeah.
You see what they're doing?
Whisper.
Whispering.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, man. We just
why is
got
he always
an
buying you
inside
clothes?
joke there.
Oh, you got the same thing?
No, there's just a little inside joke.
We'll have to tell you after.
We'll tell you after.
Okay.
So little things like that. They will make little comments like. So my wife, she was actually saying it to me today in the car. You want to share it?
No, I was just saying because we were talking and like just going back in time, back down memory lane, and I can't remember. You mentioned about when he used to buy me clothes, when he used to buy me all these things. You know, I was a single mom, I was on benefits back then and there was a lot that I didn't have. So he was buying me clothes. I didn't see a big issue in that. I accepted it. I was grateful. I think, see, this is where the
She
whispers
didn't
came.
ask me to buy clothes.
Yeah, he
whispers.
didn't ask. Like, he would just like surprise me on here and there. So the whispers, majority of my friends, they didn't have children and they were independent and all of that. So they started saying things like, oh wow, why is he buying you all of this? And then they would do indirects like, yeah, we make some money, we buy our own stuff, and that independent woman spirit. Now I started to feel insecure about what I didn't have and what I was not able to provide for myself. So then it kind of, I kind of
Pushed it onto him.
Guys, I feel like there's Your
Part
story.
2, innit? Part
I
3.
love
Oh.
the story.
Sorry.
But that's why we have to do a part 2.
Yeah, we have to do part 2.
We have to bring you guys.
You have to
Man.
remind me of this part here,
We have to.
so I can continue it.
Yes,
Go on.
because I feel like there's so much. There's so much to,
Yeah.
isn't it? But let us finish, right? So let us finish this part of the story,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
we'll try and wrap up after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So let us.
So that part with my wife saying,
Yeah.
is when now I'll buy her clothes. It's not even like let me just go and buy her clothes. It's not like that. I'm walking, I see something nice.
And you
Mhm.
think
Hey,
of her, yeah.
I'm thinking of my wife.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking from a gangster to Romeo. You know, and you're
Gangster
kind
to
of
Romeo.
you're kind of ruined this thing, and my
Hashtag-
pride is kicking
Yeah.
in now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, are you serious? Like,
Mhm.
so we'll go out. Someone says, "Oh, this is nice. Where'd you get this from?" Oh, because she won't know the shop. She's like, she won't answer. Why don't you want to answer? Then eventually I realized she don't want to say my husband bought it.
Because it was almost like I kept saying, my husband bought it for me. My husband bought it for me. My
And
husband
then,
bought it for me.
Imagine what-
yes, that's right. You girls that hate on your married friends, listen to this.
Oh my days.
No, because,
And
because,
then-
because
It frustrated me
that's
because I was
what
like,
it is, isn't it?
she goes, "Oh, what? You just want everyone to know I bought it? What the heck? What are you talking about?"
See, it
I was
came
so
out.
confused, yeah. But over time, I realized, these people
What's
around, they're
saying?
saying these things.
But
You
also,
have
it was
to
my
be
inse-
careful, and you
Yeah.
have to be
Your
careful what you
insecurity.
expose
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
to.
And
The
I said,
information
but
which-
they were nice with her.
Yeah.
Everything was nice when it was just Tara. But it's
Mhm.
not nice now. 'Cause
Now
it's
Tara's got some.
Mulumba. The surname's gone. That William. Slavery name. It's gone. Either way. Now you got a black
I'm
name.
so
Anyway,
done.
so because of that, now you want to start making little comments.
Yeah.
God send her someone that's going to provide her needs. That's it.
He even used to buy me roses to match my outfit.
When we're going out
Imagine.
to weddings or stuff
And
like
how
that.
you
can I start to
actually
resent
had-
that? How can I start to...
You actually had the perfect.
They're
guy.
perfect guy.
Come on.
Come
Full
on.
hair. Not, yes. We'll work on that. You know what I mean? Everything was
I'll
there.
pray for it to grow back.
Touch
Don't
it
worry
again,
about
touch
that.
it.
No, like it's so important. Like
Yeah.
obviously we need to be careful about
What
know
we
who
say.
we are.
Whispers.
Yes.
And what we're listening
Those
to.
whispers, because
Yeah.
sometimes those are the little foxes
Yes.
that spoil the vine. Because you have
That's
something
it.
good going on, but then somebody's telling you something else, and then
And it
you're now
cost a
feeling like
lot of hurt and
And
pain.
it was also my insecurities that were coming out as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I think maybe those insecurities were always there, but it was like the whispers on top.
Heightened,
They
Yeah.
are also heightened.
Yeah.
Now, why would you buy a car, Tara? I mean,
Isn't it
Does-
too
isn't
good
it
to
too
be
good to
true?
be true?
Yeah.
And I heard
Or
that.
do I deserve?
They said that. No, I heard that. I actually was in the kitchen. They didn't know I heard it. I said, "Wow."
So in your house, they even said it to
No,
you.
no, in their
You know
house.
what?
I-
You know what I always say, right? And maybe we'll wrap up on this. I always say that this mindset of "isn't it too good to be true?"
True.
right, is actually
Hindering.
killing a lot of people
Yeah.
and hindering a lot of people from finding true love,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because of your experiences and what's happened in the past,
Yeah.
where you actually see green, this is good. You're looking for red flags that don't exist.
Huh.
So
Nice.
because this is too good to be true, everything is all the signs.
Wow.
Everything is good. This is what you prayed for. Everybody likes this person. And then somewhere deep down, you're thinking, it
Yeah,
is too
It's
good
too
to be
good to
true.
be
True.
They must be hiding something. And then you sabotage the relationship.
That's
you
it.
sabotage the marriage.
That's it.
Self-sabotage.
That's it. That's
Right?
exactly.
So why are you praying for it? And why are you hoping for it?
Yeah.
If you don't believe it
If
can
you don't
actually
believe it,
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they are praying, but they don't actually believe.
Believe, yeah.
And because you're
Yeah.
praying and you don't believe, you don't receive.
The Bible actually said
Come
that
on.
about Peter. When they released him, he couldn't believe it.
True.
I told you I do Bible studies.
Because even when he got to the door, and
He was
and
shocked
they-
himself.
They even said,
Yeah.
the little girl said, "Oh, Peter's at the door." They were praying for
Yeah.
Peter. Then they were probably like, "No, little girl, what are you talking about? The thing that you're praying for is
It's
It was
right
happening."
there.
happening, but
It's
they didn't
a-
believe that.
They
it
didn't
was
believe.
God actually
You know
answered
that-
the prayer.
You know that thing they said about slaves being on a chain for so many years? When you take the chain off, there's two act like they're on the chain.
On the train.
It's the
That's
same
it.
thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's a whole mindset shift.
Mind
Yeah.
It's a whole
shift.
renewing of the mind I had to do for many.
It was
I
hard,
think
man.
that really helped. I had to renew
That's
my
our hardest
mind.
moment.
And it takes
A
takes
lot.
the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
That's why you have to know God.
I'm telling
You
you.
have to, bro.
You have to know God.
Like,
You have to know God.
Honestly.
Nobody should downplay anything. You can use all of the tips. You can use the tools. You can use the frameworks.
You can use
If
it.
you ain't got God,
you ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
You
you're
ain't got
joking.
nothing. Man,
Guys,
oh,
we are full.
we're full.
Okay, this has been good. I can't wait to rewatch it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And then
Definitely.
I can't wait. I think we need to actually sit down. We need to do a date night or something.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
You know,
Date night.
because
Definitely need to.
it has been amazing. Like, bro, you guys don't know how long we've been here. I don't even want to say it because we've taken your time more than
Nah,
one.
it's all right.
No, we're fine.
Right.
We're enjoying
So,
ourselves.
one last question before I release you. Yeah. So you went through that period of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Again, I just want us to make sure that we close it properly. You said there was embarrassment, right? That's why it took that long. So many things. So, what were the practical things, or how did you eventually
Get back.
come out
Yeah.
of that phase
Good question.
to where you are now? You know, to journey of a lifetime, to have all of the good things that God is using you guys to do. How did you get out? Again, if you can.
There was
give us
counselling. We went to
counseling, okay?
we have you know, one thing. There's advantage and disadvantage in everything, how you look at it.
Yeah.
The advantage of having people in your church, because they know you sometimes, that can work to your favor. But the disadvantage also, they can prejudge you. But God led us to good couples that really helped us in our church. They're private. They won't talk about business. They won't look down. You know, like as a believer, if you start complaining about problems when you're going through, all of a sudden you don't have faith. It's not that. Let me just express. So they allowed us to express. You know, they allowed us to express ourselves. And then we also went outside our church also
Yeah, we did
to see a counselor that I don't know none of us.
Yeah.
So first of all, counseling is actually not a bad thing.
Oh no.
Christian counseling.
Christian
guys.
counseling.
I just want to let you know that we're not talking about Buddha or anything like that. Christian counseling.
Christian counseling.
Yeah, Jesus is involved. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's very key, because a lot of people say I went to counseling, you know, but
They come out worse.
it come out worse, you know. But they really highlighted a lot of things that we start seeing. Some things is not us, generation.
Yeah. That part.
That part.
Come on.
But I'm
Yeah.
trying to cut because of the time minute. But they start to see generation. They're saying
Sometimes you're
continue.
fighting. Sometimes you're not even fighting each other. You're fighting the
My favorite
generation.
girl.
Generation,
She's
yeah.
delivering. Look at her.
Fighting.
Oh,
Delivering.
funny.
She's
So
delivering
you're not
with
just
this.
fighting.
You should see her.
I'm so done.
She loves it. Don't be
Don't be filled by the
don't
pretty
let
face.
her, do not. Hey, listen. When you're about to eat, do not let her pray, please. We just want to eat.
Because she'll call down fire for
No, I'm African.
You know what? Today we went to prayer, and I was like, "Let's pray." Why is he just going in and praying? I said,
And in
"No."
the house, we know it. I said, oh, everyone just look at each other. And she's like,
the food. Everyone is looking
Dad,
at her like.
you better not follow that. Yeah, you better not follow that. You need delivered now. Talk about pastor. Anyways,
Say,
but
I'm just trying to eat. Yeah.
we went
Yeah,
through
yeah.
that, and we start realizing. I remember one of the things they did. Like my wife said, the illustration.
Oh, what the generational pattern thing?
Yeah, when they
yeah.
said-
So one thing that helped
Of
with
soul tie as well.
Yeah,
They
some-
start teaching us about soul
one
tie.
thing that helped us is we got a piece of paper, right? And we would put down on one side I would put Clement, and then one side we put Tara, and then we would just put like the generational patterns on both sides. And
No, they told us to go home,
yeah,
but we wrote that and they said go home.
home.
And pray to God to reveal to you, and also say
Yeah.
write the things that you see of your father or your
Oh,
mother
yeah.
of yourself,
That's in you
and
as
then
well.
pray to God to reveal to you.
Yeah.
So those are two different things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's some things
So
that
there's
physical.
something that you will see.
Yeah,
Yes.
something.
Yes.
That's what they say
Yeah.
when you speak in tongues. For those who don't believe in speaking in tongues, when you speak in tongues, what you're praying for, you don't know what you're praying for.
Yes.
The Holy the
Yeah,
Spirit realm can get what you're
Spirit.
praying
Yeah,
for.
yeah, yeah.
You know, because
Speaking
the Spirit
through.
doesn't sleep. So when you're sleeping, your body's sleeping, the Spirit's still awake.
Yeah.
So when now he's praying for things that the Spirit is seen in the spiritual realm. That you're not, your body's not really attached there
Yeah.
with it, and because you're still sleeping realistically, even
Yeah.
if you're awake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of men that are still sleeping, but they look like they're awake, but
Yeah.
they're sleeping. So
Yeah.
when we did that, oh my days! Hey, I
What
thought
came
Clement
from
was, I
that?
thought Clement was perfect, but
So you actually, so you
Revelation.
took that Christian counseling and
Yeah.
it took you participating,
Hating. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
In order to then get the result. So you went
Yeah.
through that process.
it was
Yeah.
not nice, bro. It was
Painful.
not nice.
Refining.
It was like
Refining.
if I was a junkie. Listen, so when they say My wife loves to say, when people get married, what's happening to them?
What, two becoming one?
Yeah, but what did you say?
Oh, what the
They what, walking what?
Oh, two dead people walking.
Two dead people. Okay.
That's how because you're dying to yourself, isn't
Dying
it?
to yourself, yeah.
That
was not
selfishness that is in us is coming off.
Yeah.
So it's
it's
I think that's what you
painful.
meant. That's what you was related to being a
So
junkie.
my
It's coming
thing,
out.
what I've learned,
Yeah.
and I think I said in my 7 years relationship in the video, I think that was the last video. We're bad. But my thing, what I've learned, I learned how to love. I thought I knew how to love, but I learned how to love. The definition of Christ loving the church.
Yeah.
Do you know there's characters in the church that just get on your nerves? You don't like them. Let's not
Yeah.
pretend. Yeah, you say it is
God
well,
still
but you're
likes
thinking
them.
you're actually
Yeah.
a clown. Yeah,
Standard.
But-
Standard.
that's God. What God is saying, yeah. And my wife likes to say that church is a hospital.
Yeah.
But do you know that the doctors also get sick?
Yeah.
But the one thing I discovered this morning, doctors, even though they're sick, they will still come back to their duty.
Yeah.
They still
As a
show up,
doctor.
man.
Yeah.
So that means I don't walk away from my duty as a husband, but I felt like at that moment I can walk away from my duty as a husband.
Yeah.
So
Because it's pulling you.
it's pulling you, and that's real growth. Having faith is actually
Yeah.
saying maturity. I was struggling. Hey, my days.
Same.
That's what the hair just.
The
That's
hair.
what the hair
The hair went.
Don't blame me, you. Don't blame me, you.
It's flying.
Bro, you know, my own hair is going away, but I'm pulling it back.
I said,
I'm pulling it back.
But I think
But
that goes
Turkey,
back
don't
to,
worry.
you know, like, I think, oh my God, not Turkey.
said we're going
I
Turkey.
think, I
Bro,
think that
we'll
goes
talk about
back
that offline. We'll talk about that offline.
I think that goes back to how you were also raised as well. Like, so for example, like we said this before, I'm very, let's hold hands and let's just skip in the park. My husband's very like, I need my own space. Like, so that was hard for me because I'm very lovey-dovey, touchy-feely, and that goes back down to love languages, right? So, yeah, my husband, and I think he was raised by just his dad. So I think that has a lot.
Yeah, my
Like,
dad
don't you
played a
not
big
think that-
influence.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But you know what? I say it, but then when I see some African family, I'm like, actually, they engage. They do engage. They do hug. So I don't know. But what I was raised, I've never seen, like, okay, for example, my dad never told me he loves me. Doesn't mean he doesn't. Does that make sense?
But do you see how that trickles into marriage?
So
That does
so,
trickle.
so,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even parenting.
yeah.
I've had to
Oh.
learn that.
Bro, having girls has humbled me
I've
differently.
had to learn that.
Anyways.
Because I grew up with boys,
Yeah.
you know, with my
I'm a
brothers.
guy's guy. That's it.
Guy's guy.
That's it.
You understand? So there was never any point. There was never I love you when you're going to bed. There was
No.
never. We didn't get that.
And why are you offended the fact I didn't say I love you? I had to learn that.
You have to learn it.
You
Yeah.
have to learn it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
It's not
I'm very
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's-
because
let's
meanwhile,
skip.
she has had that up till now. Love you, daughter.
My
Her dad, very
my
loving
dad.
dad.
My dad is so
I
lovely.
love you, daughter.
Daughter.
So I have to learn all these things to be telling my children as well. Tell
Yeah.
them every day, every night,
Yeah.
every
that's,
morning.
No,
See?
you have to.
They need to know.
They
They
need to know. And
You
that's
know.
what I'm saying. They need to know. So learning those things, it
Wow.
makes a big difference. Like counseling. And then eventually, what's fun is, so when I'll tell you when our marriage became nice. Eden's a representative of our marriage. That's when I said, okay,
Back to the garden.
let's. I said,
Eden is the second.
we're ready.
daughter.
We're ready. I said, we're
So
ready to
you're
have a
ready
child.
to have it. Ah.
Wow.
So she's representing that.
So that was
And
the
in
new
a
birth.
dream-
And that was
Yeah.
the new birth.
And in the dream,
Yeah.
I saw the name Eden. And I
Wow.
told
So
my
when he
wife,
said this, I said,
I was thinking
yes.
she's gonna argue, whatever. She just said yes.
I said, oh,
fantastic.
Eden, yes. That makes
So
sense.
even if she was a boy, would have
It
been
was
Eden.
gonna be.
So were you pregnant by this time?
No, not yeah.
No.
So you just said.
Oh no, I told her. Hey,
Yeah, he planned it.
hold
Yeah, he
up,
planned
hold
it.
up.
He was like, yeah,
Wait
we're
a
go-
second. Wait a second. We're African, man. One shot. That's it.
Come on!
I told her this. You think I'm lying? December 2014.
I told you the date. You see?
The 27th of December.
Wow! Wow!
I told
After
you the
Christmas,
date.
all the fat food have to come out. Boxing Day, and we're still fasting. Now let's go into. I told her one shot, one day. I said done.
One shot.
And when I said to her, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, "It is done." I told her.
Yeah, he
It
actually
is
did.
done.
I'm not even gonna lie. He actually said that. He said, "It is finished." And I,
Oh my God, you guys.
Sorry,
You
sorry.
guys.
I was like, Mary, be it onto me.
I said, listen. David sold, what's that? Bathsheba.
Showering.
What's a
The one he saw from the balcony.
What's a perv? Look at that. You got your own things.
I'm so done with you.
He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what I was
But
doing.
you know what?
I
All,
said, it is done.
all jokes
I
aside,
said, it's Eden.
Yeah.
And she said, yes. I said,
Yes.
I said, if it's, obviously I was praying for a boy, you know, but it became Eden. And guess what? Eden's got all the passion things that I like on my side.
Wow.
She's a
she's
footballer.
not girly at all. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Today, me and her sitting there watching
Watching
the
football, and she was
Guess
saying
what
it-
they're doing on the other side? Hair. And Eden said, Mummy, you need to start coming
Come
on
on, like,
this
come
side
over
to
to this
start
Coming
side,
into the
like-
football. And
This
she goes,
is
Mummy,
big.
do
And
you
she's
know
not
the
feeling
name?
well, you know, but she got up.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
Slow
it.
down.
Football.
I said,
She wasn't. She was
she's
lying down
obsessed with
sleeping,
Haaland
and she got up.
and Mbappe.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And she's one of the best. She's best in her football.
God is so intentional,
Really?
you know. God is so
As in,
intentional.
like-
like
Nah, she has
just
to be a girly
sealed
girl
that
by
up for
fire.
you, just to let you guys know that, you know what, despite what you guys have been through, I'm gonna show you guys a new beginning. And just and beautify everything. And I think that's one thing that we've learned with you guys' relationship. Like, you've come from here, you've come from there, you've seen a lot, but I'm gonna bring you two together, and you're gonna represent beauty and blissfulness in marriage, despite your past, despite it not going 100% or it not being perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you that with me, you're gonna have that bliss, and I think I love that for you guys.
And what I'm even hearing is that, and that's why you're going to make disciples. You know, when Jesus was saying, he said, go and make disciples. So God has taken you guys through that journey separately as singles, taking you through the journey together as a couple, because you're going to make disciples.
Yes.
Many other couples out there, many other people out there,
Yes.
you know, are going to also have their new birth and rebirth
Yeah.
Amen.
because of your union.
Amen.
So
Glory to
thank
God,
you guys.
man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
Wow,
much.
thank you guys so much. It's
Thank
been
you.
So
amazing. Like,
Guys,
hey,
And you guys
Wow.
have made it fun.
wow. Please just help us thank them.
like,
Right? For coming to bless us with their wisdom, their story, and all of these nuggets. You know, we're so grateful, you know, for your
Thank you.
presence. You know, we don't take it for granted
We don't.
at all.
Thank
So
you.
thank you for your gift of vulnerability as well. Yeah, we're blessed.
yeah, man.
We are
Thank you
blessed.
guys.
We are
Thank
blessed.
you.
And I'm sure the viewers are blessed as well. Okay, guys, make sure you go and follow. Okay, we're going to put all of their handles there. Make sure you're following. Make sure you show them some love. And there's so much that you can still learn from them.
Yeah.
Clement, you didn't tell us when the book is coming out. So maybe you don't have a date yet.
No, I don't have a date yet.
Okay.
About 5 chapters is done, but I don't
5
have a date
chapters,
yet.
okay.
We'll
So
apply
guys,
pressure.
make sure you
Apply pressure.
make sure you follow through,
Parenting,
right?
man.
Because
Yeah,
I'm waiting
yeah.
for that book
Yep.
as well. I'm waiting for that book. So, you know, follow to get all of the more insights and to continue to follow their journey. If you're new to the channel, I don't know why you've not subscribed. If you're new to the podcast, I don't know why you've not told your friend about it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so
Exactly.
tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you subscribe, all right? Because you will be blessed. And I'm not just saying that. The proof is in the pudding.
It is.
Do you understand? Like, you cannot watch 1 episode, 2 episodes and not be.
And
So
not
you
be.
might as well subscribe so that
Yeah.
you can keep coming back for more. And on that note, we're going to be saying goodbye.
Gonna be drawing the curtains.
I'm going to be drawing the curtains. Any more? Any last words? Anything
Any
at all?
last words, guys? Just keep on praying for us. We're gonna come back with more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So on that note, thank you guys. And we
you.
shall see you, ladies and gentlemen, on the other side. We shall see you in the next video.
Bye.
Stay blessed. Bye bye.